We will now start to discuss the meaning of subscript when it comes to formula units for ionic compounds. And remember that ionic compounds have a giant ionic lattice. What that means is that ionic compounds, unlike simple molecules that we discussed earlier, unlike simple molecules, ionic compounds have these giant ionic lattices in which you have thousands and millions and billions of positive and negative ions all sticking to each other. So this here is a small tiny part of what a giant ionic lattice would look like. So there would be billions and billions of positive and negative ions all sticking to each other in a tiny crystal lattice formed by ionic compound. One would be a positive ion and the other one would be a negative ion. So what does a formula unit stand for? Now, when you're writing an ionic compound, for example, these positive ions are Na plus, and these negative ions are Cl minus. So when you talk about formula unit, because it's not a molecule, it does not have a limited number of atoms, it has a very giant structure. So when you talk about formula unit, it only gives you a ratio of ions present in a lattice. So for example, for NaCl the ratio is 1:1. So for NaCl, Na is 1 plus and Cl is minus 1. So the formula of NaCl is NaCl. Na is 1 and Cl is also 1. So the ratio in which they are present is 1:1. For other compounds, this could be different. For example, for aluminum oxide, that also has a giant ionic lattice. So in that case, there are 2 Als and 3 oxens in the simplest formula unit for this lattice. So the subscript here denotes that in one tiny small unit of that huge gigantic lattice, there would be 2 aluminiums and there would be 3 oxens sticking together. So the ratio in this case is going to be 2:3. Similarly, for example, we have Mg3N2. That means that there would be 3 magnesiums for 2 nitrogens in this formula unit. So for ionic compounds, unlike molecules, you deal in formula units, and formula unit is the basic unit or the basic ratio in which the positive and negative ions are joined together. So the subscript is going to tell you the ratio in which they are joined together, and again the subscript means the same thing. It means that there are 3 magnesiums. For example, for Mg3N2, it means there are 3 magnesium and 2 nitrogens joined together in this simplest unit. For aluminum oxide, it means 2 aluminiums, 3 oxens, they are joined together in this simplest unit. For NaCl, that's 1:1, so that means 1 Na and 1 Cl are joined together in this simplest unit of that represents the giant ionic lattice.